All right, so hello everybody and welcome to the fourth AMA that the San Francisco Shock is doing. So this week we have Dak and Nomi. So if you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, we'll get started.
My name is Daniel Dhak. I'm a player for San Francisco Shock. That's it. That's pretty much it.
My name is David. My in-game name is Nomi, and I am the main tank player for SF Shock as well. Hello, guys.
All right, so basically what the rundown of how this is going to work, I'm gonna ask them a question that you guys have posted in the Discord channel, and we're gonna have them answer it. So we'll start off with a question for Dak, which is how do you figure out when to swap around between supports?
Well, I mean, in hopefully, if it's a competitive setting where like I'm playing for San Francisco Shock, we know exactly when I'm swapping and why. But if it's like a more casual rank setting, I just look at whatever team composition we're running. Like for example, if you have a Genji on your team, you don't want to be playing a hero like Moira, and sometimes Lucio. Like if you're playing Genji and you're playing Lucio on a map like Junkertown, where like it's such a long range. Realistically, you're not gonna be able to heal the Genji from across the map, right? Because your aura is so small. So you want to be playing heroes like Ana or Senjata, where you can assist your main DPS player from a long range. So it's mostly a map dependent, team composition dependent decision making process, I guess.
All right, that makes sense. So it's basically like there's. Do you think this how do you think that's going to change when the Mercy nerfs go through? We'll add that a little extra question on that.
Well, okay, so the Mercy thing right now is just the fact that the Valk ultimate it's so strong, right? So that's why Mercy is just like a must pick, but it's not necessarily because like there's still cheese in the game. You can still like play like Lucio Moria quad tag and like on some maps it's like extremely good. If it's a like a control center type scenario where like the map is like super close quarters. Uh Mercy is not a must pick, right? But in pretty much 90% of the other maps in the game. Sorry for cursing. But
I
if the
remember.
Mercy is a must
Yeah.
pick, it's just because of the ultimate. The ultimate is so strong, it's so easy to charge. Mercy has mobility, and it pairs really well with Senjata, which is a hero that requires the support. And the healing that Mercy provides to the Senjata is what makes the duo Sen Mercy so strong in the meta right now.
All right, thank you for that. Moving on, next question. What, in your opinion, is the best shock skin?
I'm gonna let Naomi answer that. This is to me because like I literally only bought one skin. It's the Lucio. No, actually I have two skins. I bought the Widowmaker skin and the Lucio skin, and I'm just like too lazy to buy them all because I don't know. I was
Mm,
playing yesterday, Ryan. I didn't have my Diva skin. I don't have a Mercy skin. I don't have pretty much anything. I wasted like 10 minutes going over every hero just equipping the SF spray. That's it. I don't care about the skins. I only keep the spray.
to me, I think my favorite one will probably be the all the tank skins look really good, but I think my favorite is the Winston. I really like the Winston skin. Not only because I play that character, but I just like the gold and the orange details. It looks really good. I really like that skin personally.
Yeah, I heard from the last AMA we did, we found out that you guys had actually not even been using these skins in like practice. It was just like a spectator only side thing. So this is
Yeah,
like the past week is the first time where you've actually had the chance to actually see it while playing it, which I think is kind of funny.
yeah. We don't have a chance to actually see the skins in game when we practice, which it does make sense, right? They just want to make sure that everybody's at like an even playing field and whatever. So it does make sense, but it kind of I care about my skins, man. Like I spend a lot of money on my event skins. So I'm not able to equip them, it feels bad, man. But yeah, it has to be done that way.
I
I
know.
love my skins.
Do you guys still even in Overwatch League like now, you guys still just have default skins on your side?
Yeah, we don't see the skins at all.
That's interesting. That I wonder how they. I can't say I know how they do that, but that's kind of cool that they can apparently make that work like that. All right. So the next question is more for Dak, and this is a bit of a funny one. But how do you feel about the nickname Daddy Dak? Do you embrace it, or do you find it like silly?
No, I like it. I feel like yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I embrace it. I think it sounds cool actually. Daddy Dak.
Do any of the players call you anything like that, or they'll call you like Team Dad or something? Let's go with Team Dad. Makes it sound a bit better.
No, I don't think anyone calls me that.
All right.
No. No, Daddy Duck.
All right. So, a little fun fact about some of the questions that were asked. There were actually a decent amount of them asked in Spanish, so I had to Google translate them over. So, but I thought that was really neat so there was a lot of the people that like obviously directly from your guys' community coming in writing to ask questions. So one of the ones that was asked was, uh, what was your like? How many years have you been playing professional games, and how has your journey been in esports?
Go Duck.
I mean, professional. I've only been playing for like a couple of years since I basically started playing Overwatch. But my gaming career it's been very long. I started playing video games when I was like extremely young, maybe 3 years old. And I picked up like CS when I was like 9. And from the age I was 9 to the age I was 17, I went to like multiple LAN events. So it wasn't like it was more than a hobby, you know. It wasn't like professional because back then you were only competing for the prize that the LAN event had at that time. There were not that many like orgs involved or whatever, but um, it was more serious than just a hobby. We were definitely practicing to try to win the LAN, and I've been to like a lot of LANs and international events where like actual good teams like NIP competed on. So it was like I've always loved gaming. It's been my whole life basically.
Me personally, I pretty much started being a pro when Overwatch kind of like was released. I got signed really quickly into Immortals, which is currently known as Valiant. Yeah, I started being a pro with them. I am from Mexico, so pursuing a professional career here is it's like a lot more difficult. But I've always played like PC games at a very high level since I was like 16 years old. Like, um, I've always tried to be like on teams, play scrims, play in online tournaments and stuff like that. So I have the competitive blood in me, but I pretty much started being a pro since when Overwatch was released.
Yeah, so I know Dak, you played CS or like CS, like a lot younger. We had that one like picture when Corey was interviewing you that you posted or something from like your first LAN. So Nomi, did you play like League of Legends or something? What was the like even if you weren't professional in it, what was the game that you were really like going hard on before Overwatch?
Every game that I played, I kind of like stick with it and try to like grind it. And we're talking about I didn't play League of Legends, but I play a lot of Dota. I played Dota 1, Heroes of New Earth, and Dota 2 a little bit. I also play CS:GO. I play COD 4 and COD 2 like at a really high level as well. Um, After that, I didn't play COD. Like the COD scene on PC started like dying competitively, so I kind of like started like drawing away from it. But yeah, every game that I play, I try to like play at a very high level, and this includes like everything: FPS, MOBAs. I just like to play video games, man.
I think we can all respect that thought.
Yeah.
All right. So next question is for Dak, which is how do you feel about Moira's place in the pro level play? Do you think she'll overtake or grow equal to Mercy usage after the Mercy nerfs?
Um, if Mercy gets nerfed, and depending on how they decide to nerf Mercy, I could see Moira. I think Moira's AOE healing is ridiculously strong. The fact that you can like with proper positioning, your team could like line up, and you can heal them with this like using the same amount of resources. I think it's ridiculously strong. And it's one of the things where like it's gonna take time for people to learn how to use effectively and implement in a competitive scene. But I think she's strong. I think she's really strong. I think she can deal with flankers with relative ease, because she's like a Symmetra type hero where like you don't need insane aim to like. You could be the best Genji in the world, but you just have to be a mediocre Moira to deal with him, type of thing. So it's like I think she's really strong, but it's gonna take a while. Like Anna, it took a while for Anna, right? Anna, anti-heal grenade was like always overpowered, but it took a while for teams to pick her up and use her like consistently, right?
Right. I know there was a few teams in Overwatch League that were running her on like Horizon Lunar Colony right now. So I imagine once Mercy is less strong on, or at least Horizon first point, like once Mercy gets nerfed, she'll definitely be like a mainstay at least there. I also think it's interesting. You can comment on this too, Dak. A lot of people compare Moira to Mercy, yet I also think they probably function in very different compositions if it was like ideal.
Yeah, definitely. Like you couldn't play Moira if your team is running a Pharah, where Mercy is definitely like a perfect duo for Pharah because the extra, vertical mobility aids Mercy tremendously. But in a map like Horizon, the reason people pick Moira is because first of all, the choke is like extremely hard to go through if you're just playing like an immobile class like Zenyatta. So Moira can just fade in and get to point, whereas like most other supports like rely on like teamwork to get there basically. So it's just one of the things where like teams will run Sombra, Moira, Lucio on like a full mobile con where like we don't care about the choke, we're going to point. If you want to fight us here, it's on you.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Cool. All right, next question is for Nomi, and Funkadelic is asking, what should people focus on if they want to become a good tank player?
I think you need to learn how to like listen to your teammates, and you need to be able to communicate as well to your teammates as much as possible. Listening is important because playing characters like Winston, for example, you need to make sure that your flankers are ready to go with you once you jump, or your diva is ready to go once you jump. So you need to listen for them, make sure that they give you the proper information. And communication is like as well important because like if you jump in, um, you need to let your team know that you're going in. You need to let your team know that you have your Winston ultimate and that you're ready to go. So I think communication is a very important part of being a good tank player. Since you don't need to focus that much on mechanics, you need to focus a lot more on decision making and just being able to relay information. I think it's really important.
All right. So next question is for Dak, and it's what is it like being the support on Shock?
It's rough. No, I'm just kidding. It's just like playing support, I guess, for like pretty much every other team. You're there to like make sure you enable your teammates and make sure they're healthy. And I don't know. It's cool, I
Yeah.
guess.
We'll follow it up with the same person had a follow up question to that, which is how do you feel about the stigma that supports get less love than the DPS? Do you agree with that, or do you think that that's like changing or something?
Yeah, I think Blizzard's doing a good job of like making sure they get more point of views of support players. I think support players are critical to any team's success. There hasn't been a team where like their DPS player carries so hard that they can do it without any support. They need the space, so that's where the front line comes in, and they also need the heals, and that's where the support players comes in. And in order for their front line to create space, they also need to be healed up. So that's where on any team composition, if you kill the support players first, you will most likely win the fight. So yeah, they are like critically important to any team success.
So the next question has a bit more to do with like VOD review scenarios, and this won't reveal any strategies or anything, so don't worry about that. But someone's asking, do you guys ever get to see the like fly view, like the top down view that the spectators get sometimes when viewing? And if so, do you ever use? Does it help you prepare?
So the only time we ever see that is when everyone else sees them, which is during the live broadcast. We've been trying to get a hold of like a match view only from that camera, which would be insanely good for like ball review purposes. But so far we haven't been able to like use it.
Yeah, so pretty much only the OBS, the observers from the matches can use that feature. It's not available in for normal spectators,
Hmm.
and we're trying to figure it out if we can get that because it's like really important. Like positioning is really important on Overwatch, and being able to see that from that angle is like insane. So yeah, we're trying to figure it out right now.
Well,
Not only that,
okay.
that feature is also like more elaborate than that. It's not only just a top-down perspective. You can see everything from there. They show the cooldowns, the bullets, where you're aiming at. Like it's insane. It's like
It's insane.
it's so good. I just want to use it. Please, please, sir, let me use it.
So we'll ask a little follow-up question while we're staying on this VOD review train. So like how do you guys generally do like map review or something like that when you after you play a match in the Overwatch League? How do you go back through and analyze like what happened? Obviously without revealing anything.
There's a lot of pausing and playing basically because we have to figure out, okay, where is our Senjata right now? Just pause. Like where is do we have lineups out of him? So it's really I don't know, like cumbersome to do ball reviews on the live broadcast feed because we don't have any other point of view. When we're screaming, we can have players record their point of view and then we can watch that. So we have more like information. We can have any spectator watch anyone we want. But when we're trying to review an actual match, there's a lot of pausing and playing and like just slow it down to like 0.5 speed. We don't know exactly what happened.
All right. So moving on to the next question. This one's for Nomi. And this person's asking, when you play competitive ladder, do you think it's better to solo or duo queue?
Damn. I think it's better to duo queue. It just depends on what you want to accomplish, right? I think me personally, I solo queue probably like 95% of the time when I play competitive, because I'm like, I just want to like practice my mechanics. I don't really care that much about SR. I just want to like make sure that my decision making is on point, and just for personal practice. I guess if you want to like really climb and just get high SR and get your competitive points, I think it's better to duo queue because you can choose who your duo partner, who you are doing with, and that will give you like a better chance of having success on the game. And also having a dual partner is good because maybe you have like a funny dual partner, someone that can untilt you when you're tilted and stuff like that. So, or it can be the other way around. If you have a dual partner, maybe that guy is gonna tilt you, and it's gonna be bad. So, if that is the case, then don't do it. Um, yeah, that's how I see it.
I'll pose a follow-up question for both of you. Do you guys have a specific role that you prefer to duo with? Like, Nomi, do you prefer to duo with a support or like DPS? Is there any preference in that?
Me personally, I like to duo with a off tank, with a flex tank, like a Diva Zarya player, Hawk player, because I'm a main tank. So, yeah, that's what I prefer.
So for me, and I agree with them here, I solo queue a lot, and I do it for kind of the similar reasons. But to me, it's like because I put in a lot of hours in the game. If I there's a lot of like RNG involved, right? I could have like a 10 game losing streak. When it was pure RNG, it was like the other team was better. We didn't try hard enough, whatever. But because I put in so much time over like a long period of time, let's say one season, I'm gonna know exactly like how I'm performing because the RNG is gonna be no longer a factor because I play so many games, right? So my skill is gonna be like the biggest factor, like determining whether or not I gain a stat or not, basically, or I won games or like I perform like I have good stat about it. Then I can look at my stats more accurately and like help me figure out what I need to work on the most, type of thing. Whereas if I do, then I'm adding like one more factor that's like you know not consistent. So it doesn't help me like work on my game as much, I guess. If I had to choose a dual partner, it would definitely be like a DPS player that can play projectile classes the most because that it's also comfortable maybe playing some tank roles because that way I can feel any support role and I can also feel most DPS can rolls, but I can't really play anything else. So it's like if he can feel, if we complement each other, better, then it doesn't matter what teammates we get. We probably have a decent team composition.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next question is for Dak, and it's what do you think is the hardest thing about being a support main?
The hardest thing, I don't know. I guess, yeah, I don't know actually. That's a good one. I don't know. Hardest. What's the hardest thing for a main tank, Nomi? I passed it.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Shield
Maybe-
management, dude.
So what's like the hardest thing?
Well, it's like I mean, maybe one of the things is like I imagine the person that asked the question is thinking about like a lot of times supports get raged at for not healing their Genjis or something like that. It's like does that ever like get to you or something like that? Like is that annoying kind of thing? But either way, I take it by that doesn't really bothers you, so you just kind of chill out with your role.
The thing is, like at a high level, like players understand, that you cannot heal everyone at the same time. So like they understand, if I'm not getting heals, there has to be a reason for it. It's not like this guy is, bad at the game most of the time, which could be the case. But if they assume you're good enough, then people don't complain as much for healing. Basically, I could guess like at the lower level, then it happens a lot because then the Ana is probably missing every shot. But yeah, that doesn't bother me.
For me, probably the only thing that kind of annoys me with Winston, for example, is like when people want me to get in when I'm like already like half HP or something and I'm getting healed. So they're kind of like they don't see what I'm doing, and they just want me to like they pressure me to go in and I can't. They cannot wait for me. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah,
Well,
that's the only thing that I can think about.
It's like armor is a huge deal for tanks. So like
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
you don't have armor, and they're like, yeah, just jump into the mass of them. It's like, nah, man, just give me a
Yeah,
little bit more.
just dive the McCree that's gonna flashbang you and kill you. Like, yeah,
Easy
that's
peasy.
the only thing that I can think of.
All right, so the next question is the one that I was alluding to way back, the one that gets asked every time, and I
No,
don't know.
I have
Okay,
another answer to
go
that.
ahead, go ahead.
Hardest thing for like a support player, it probably will be position. I think that's like the most critical, like the skill to develop as a support player. Because if you're well positioned, then you're gonna be able to assist most players, type of thing, and from a safe position. So I guess that's our.
Yeah. All right.
It also changes depending on what role you're playing. What support hero, I guess.
All right. So this question is, and I don't know if you guys know what these are, so we'll go from there. What's your favorite Power Ranger?
Damn, I forgot the names. Like I could guess the colors.
If you like, you colors are good. The people have like not even said colors for it.
Damn. Now I'm second guessing the colors too, but I'm pretty sure there has to be like a green one. Dude.
There is a green one. Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. Good.
So you're going with green. What about you, Nomi?
Yeah.
I think I might be like the Blue Ranger, bro.
All right. Well, you guys have already done better than every single AMA that's been asked at.
Bro, I'm pretty sure there's blue, green, yellow, red.
Pink.
Oh yeah, I knew there was a weird color. Actually, yeah.
But every time we've asked that question, like Sleepy was like, "Nah, man, I'm lagging now," and he just like completely like dipped out. He was like, "I'm not answering that question." I don't know why, but it's super funny. All right, so the next question is: do either of you have tattoos? And if you don't, do you want one? What would it be?
I don't
Go
I
ahead,
don't have
Nomi.
a tattoo, but I'm thinking if we have like a good performance in OWL.
No way, you're
You- you wanna have it
trolling,
as
dude.
I might get one. I might get one. I don't know.
You're
I don't know
actually
what yet,
trolling,
but
dude.
it might be something like something Overwatch related, like something simple. I was thinking of getting like You know the original Overwatch icon. You know that circle, like that breakout circle.
No,
Probably
he's
on my
actually
on my
trolling right
on
now.
my upper side of my chest or something. I'm not
Damn.
trolling that. Come on, bro.
You're
Not-
definitely trolling.
not only would you get one, but it would be like right on your chest.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like whenever you get like a nerd tattoo, it's like you have to put it on a place that it's not that offensive or like it's not that weird kind of thing.
Oh god.
It's on the chest, bro. On the poop.
Yeah, just
And the
right
beat.
there.
Yeah, so I don't have one, and I'm not interested in one.
All right. So Nomi, next question's for you, which is what is your personal favorite Winston skin?
I like the Jetty Winston. I think it's like I like I like the Jetty Winston. It's just like he's so cute and big and cuddly. I think that's my favorite Winston skin so far. The Jetty Winston skin
All
from
right,
the Christmas event.
Dak, I'll hit you with the same question except for Lucio.
Yeah, I'm not huge on skins. I actually used the default Lucio skin for a long time after they released skins.
I remember that when we were
But
trying you out, you were just like, "Nah, I'm not putting on a skin."
yeah, but right now the shucks, that's literally it. That's what I'm using.
I respect that. You can be like Faker in League, where he doesn't use any skins, even ones that were made for him.
Ducks.
But all right. So the next question is, how do you deal with performance pressure?
Wait, say that again?
How do you deal with the pressure to perform on stage, and like the expectations of people, kind of thing?
We just treat it like another scream. We just go there and play. There's really no pressure. You when you're in the song, when you're in the game on stage, you forget about it.
Yep, pretty much. I would say like the preseason games were like really different from the games that we are at right now. I think all of us are getting like more and more and more experience on stage, which is really good. Um, we lost against Valiant, and we talk about a lot of things about things that specifically happen on stage. And the second game against Shanghai, like things went like a lot more smoothly, and that just shows like how experience just helps you do better at anything that you do in life, you know. So me personally, I don't think anybody right now feels like pressure to do anything. We just like play our game, make sure that we know what we're doing as a team, and yeah, just frag out.
All right. So next question has a bit to deal with the Mercy changes again. And Dak, do you think that Lucio will be meta again?
I think Lucio needs a slight buff to be back in the meta because they keep adding these maps like Junkertown where like Lucio is just not good in that map because of the reduced aura. I think if they were to increase the 10-meter aura to 15-meter, okay, passively, and they also were to increase Lucio's amp it up from the 10 meters. So it would the same way amp it up peaks. I don't know if you know how Lucio works, but basically when you amp it up, it goes the speed peaks. It's not like a flat linear movement increase. It starts slow and then it peaks and then it comes back down. So if the circle would do the same thing, right? It would increase and in the middle of the amp it up, it will be 30 meters, which was the default Lucio, and then it go back down to 10 or like the 15 that I think is like optimal for it. Then it would help Lucio tremendously because now the problem is like they basically chain Lucio to other heroes in the game, whereas like Lucio was like free to do whatever he was. Lucio is one of the best scouting heroes in the game, in my opinion, because of his movement. It is because he has the best movement in the game. Then he could scout, and then as a shot caller, it's like amazing because I can just basically walk right over a building, see the defensive setup, and come up with a plan, and then okay, do this and that. I'm gonna speed with you guys, and then it was easy, right? Because like I was hitting everyone with the speed with the 30-meter aura. But right now it's like if I need to speed boost the McCree that's on a flank, I have to only speed boost him and not everyone else. So you're basically chained to whoever you're trying to help, basically.
Yeah, I actually really
So
like that idea. Just like the
so
amp it up, making it bigger.
yeah, so I don't see Lucio coming back into the meta unless they actually buff him. He's definitely still good on some Koth maps and Lucio Mercy team compositions where like you don't want the enemy dive you don't want to give them a target with like a Senjata where like they can just easily abuse him. So that's why Lucio is still good because he has survivability.
All right, so next question is for both of you, and it is: do you guys have a favorite meme?
A
Uh,
favorite meme?
Yes.
I'm not big on memes, dude. Are you big on memes, Nami?
I don't think so. Do you think I meme a lot?
Uh, Probably not. Probably not.
I think you guys are probably the least two, or like the least two
Yeah,
qualified
definitely.
to answer this on the team compared to the rest of them.
I know the memes like the Uganda knuckleheads. Like I know the memes. I just don't like if it's fresh, then it's funny for like one day. That's it. After that, I get tired of memes.
All right.
I mean, I think I'm like a good memer, but like, I mean, I'm kind of like that guy. I don't use them that much. Um, like, Dak, do you remember the one that I had like the "This is not big" as one?
Yeah, that's a good meme.
That's a good meme. So
That's
basically,
a lasting meme.
it's like we were in Vegas before we moved here to LA. We were practicing from there, and then everything is there's different things in Vegas and here in LA, like different food places and stuff like that, different food chains. So when we came here to LA, like I don't remember what was happening, but we're talking about like um you know oh, I miss this restaurant and whatever. And then I said like, yo, this is not Vegas. And after I said that, I pretty much for everything that we did that was kind of like strange, I just said like, yo, this is not Vegas, this is not Vegas. And it just like, it's a dumb meme, but like things like that. It didn't last that long though.
It was funny. We would like order an Uber and it will take 5 minutes longer than usual. And this is not Vegas. Dude. This is LA.
Yeah, like things like that. It's a good meme, but it's only for us. It's only for teammates.
Right. So Nomi, next question is for you, but I think it's also one that can be answered by both, which is: who is your favorite hero personality-wise?
Personality wise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll let Dak help me here. What do you think, Dak? Who's your favorite
Personality?
personality wise?
Probably like I don't know, Genji or Hanzo, dude. They're badass.
Yeah, I think I'm low-key. I'm a Hanzo IRL, to be honest. So I think
Loki Hanzo main.
yeah, I think Hanzo will be kind of sick. Sick personality, just like a chill guy, with sick pants, and just like who one shots everybody with scatter shot.
Everybody's favorite part about Hanzo.
Yeah.
For
I think
sure.
Hans is it's kind of cool. Or McCree too. McCree's actually sick too.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of personalities in Overwatch. It's one of the good things about the game, right? The lore is like really like good and engaging.
Yeah, like every character has like something that they're really unique, and so it's kind of difficult to choose one of them. I think the even Bastion, bro, like Bastion just says like ooh ee and boo boo, and like he still has personality,
Right.
Zenyatta is super cool as well, bro. Zenyatta is sick. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
we're
Zenyatta or
going through the
Hanzo will
whole
be like the
cast.
best ones. Yeah, I know. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. All right. So this question's more about the team environment, and it's: do you have a favorite person on the team? And you don't have to answer that if it's not the person sitting next talking to us right now. Like you two each other.
Nami is
I,
my favorite person, dude.
so I think why, why why am I your favorite person?
I don't know, dude.
You're just miming right now. That is a meme, as you can say. Um, I don't know. I really like to chill with all the guys. Um, like everybody just brings a lot when we're screaming and stuff. So it's really difficult to choose. Um, one person. Like even like Nevix is like super quiet and stuff, and like he doesn't like talk that much. But it's good that he's there. So
He's always
I like
listening,
all of them.
dude. Next,
Yeah,
always
he's
listening.
always listening, and then I just look at him and just say something dumb, and then he laughs, and that's Nevix. That's
Uh,
Nevix for you.
I think, like, to me, the favorite thing to do in this team would be to put Dante, Super, and Sinatra on the same room, and I'm sure I will just laugh.
It's like three different guys, right? Like three different personalities. And like Dante's like super shy. Like he's like, oh, he's so funny, and then Sinatra just oh my God.
I
Yeah,
And
think
then
something funny would
Super,
come out
bro.
of there.
I think
Yeah,
for
it's actually
Super, it's like once you actually meet Super, you're just like, holy crap, that guy's hilarious. It's just like it's a pretty quick realization.
Yeah,
yeah.
Super is like super like spontaneous. So yeah, it's funny when they trim it.
So the next question has to do, it's for both of you, and it's pretty simply, do either of you play any instruments? Or we can extend this to have played instruments.
No, I have not.
I don't, and I have only played a cuatro, which is like a 4-chord guitar.
I
When I
play
was
some
really
guitar.
young.
I played some guitar when I was young too. But I didn't really like it that much. I was like, if there's an instrument that I would like to play, it's probably the piano. But I never had the chance to get a piano, so
Yeah, I
feels
would
bad,
actually
man.
love to play piano. Yeah, that sounds sick, actually.
Dude, it's gonna be easy because like you have been using keyboards so many years now that you can just like buy a piano, and like it's gonna be like
No way that works like that,
kind of
dude.
similar, bro. It doesn't work like that. Fuck. I
I've
thought it
said
was gonna be
I've taken
easier.
piano for like 12 years, so I can confirm it doesn't quite work like that.
Oh, feels bad, man.
No, but the
But
piano
I'm gonna
also
still try.
the piano has pedals and stuff. Unless you play a lot of racing games with like pedals, dude.
It's the easy
I already have the
transition.
piano set up, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think no, I haven't tried any instruments recently, but I think piano will be sick to learn. Will be amazing.
Yeah, same.
All right. So, next question is for Dak, and I don't know if this will be easy to explain here, but someone was asking, what are your bindings for Lucio?
Bindings. So my bindings for Lucio is basically what I've always used even when I play CS. So these are basically my FPS binds, which is instead of using WASD to move, I shifted one place to the right. So I use ESDF. That way I have Q, W, A, and R like free keys to bind them to whatever. Which is because one thing I really hate about first person shooter is pressing the numbers, the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 numbers. So because of that I need more available keys basically. So that's why I do it. And in Lucio, because of another thing weird I do, I guess, is I like jumping on the mouse. So I jump on right click, and that like actually helps tremendously on Lucio, because if you were to wall ride only using the spacebar, uh that would be a lot of thumb clicking. So it'd be like really bad, I guess.
Do you have the boop to middle mouse? Or,
No, I boop on the spacebar,
I
which
see.
is my scope on everything. So even when I play CS, I used to scope on the up on the spacebar.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've just been jumping on right click my whole life. So obviously whatever's on right click, I had to put it somewhere else. So spacebar was like a good key for it.
All right, so the next question is for both of you, and it's, in your opinion, what is the most important thing for a team to do to become successful or improve?
Duck.
I think find your identity as a team. That would be like my biggest advice, because until that happens, the team doesn't really become one, in my opinion. Because when you have a team, you're talking about like 5, 6, whatever different personalities, and it's really hard to to force the other like 4 or 5 players to play around one, because then he basically every player on the team has to give up some form of like their personality just to match one guy, right? So it's like not fair game. But when a team fights their identity, they're like it's like new. It's like no one's identity is the team, So that's what it needs to happen, I think.
I think being able to, when it's really good when you win and win and win as a team. You find a lot of success in winning, but when you lose and it's more important to lose than to win. But some people don't like to lose that much, so I think it's really important as a teammate to be able to, understand, you know, how to overcome that loss and try to get as much value as you can from losing. And maybe watch the bot of that loss. Try to talk it out. Try to make sure that that you listen to your teammates and don't be toxic. Just make sure that you work together to be as best as possible as a unit.
All right. So we have a few questions left here. So moving on. Who do you think is the best non-shock player in the Overwatch League? And you can give top threes if it's too hard to just nail down one.
Damn.
I can say
We're gonna definitely have the same player on that top 3. I can guarantee you.
do you have striker?
Yeah, I could have striker, maybe.
Okay, so I have striker, Fate,
Damn.
and who else? Does it have to be like players on the bench, like younger players, or?
I think you can put whoever.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Sinatra all 3.
Sinatra all 3.
Yeah.
Even though the question was non-shock players, it's still Sinatra.
Yeah, Sinatra.
Yeah.
Sinatra all 3, guys.
Easy clap.
All right, I'm gonna say non-shock. Okay, I wanna say Jonak, striker, and then this is rough. There's so many good players.
Yeah.
I've slowly
Sure.
learned that everybody thinks Jay Jonak is the best player in the league.
Uh,
At least I know Sleepy's. Sleepy's on that
well,
train.
well, I mean, I don't know about the best player,
Yeah.
but definitely the best Senjata, dude. Like, so that's all I can tell you. He's just incredible, like fucking accuracy, dude. He doesn't miss. But the third player, damn, I'm just gonna go with the tank, dude. I'm gonna say, yeah, it is rough. It's actually rough. No, I'm not gonna go with the tank. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna find a DPS player. I'm gonna say Pine. There you go.
All right, so we get a lot of New York love in this one.
Yeah.
I think Striker's one that I think is going to be like people are maybe surprised that people are listing Striker over a lot of the other big names like Birdring or whatever, but it's like Striker's really good.
Yeah, Striker's really good, man.
Yeah.
He playing against him is like, it's like really scary, bro. The amount of space that guy creates is insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, but with these players, like they're like really specialists at their roles. Jonak is like an insane Senjata. Striker is like an insane Tracer. But I don't know. Maybe they're not as good on anything else.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of difficult. We have to wait and see how a new patch changes that. That answer that we just gave you is gonna change probably, in future patches. I'm pretty positive. Maybe like we don't know, but we don't have experience against them. But I'm pretty sure you understand what we're trying to say.
Just so it's clear for everybody, the patch changes every stage potentially. At least like the Mercy patch won't come in until stage 2. So once we get in stage 2, then it might be that's when those opinions I'm sure will change. All right, so continuing on, someone asks, how does San Francisco split up their comms? What players or roles are usually calling what?
But yeah, Nomi, you got this. Dude.
I think we're trying to do like split the comps into different ways, since the majority of the time we play with a hit scan player. Your baby takes care of playing like Widowmaker, Soldier, or McCree. We're trying to make sure that all those three like our three backline players talk together, and the other three, which is Nevix, Dante, and me, are talking with each other as much as we can. So if I want to go in, basically Dante and Nevix needs to be like on point with me and just getting ready to go in. If the backline needs to move, then probably Baby Bay or Sleepy need to communicate that information. So I think that's how we're trying to do things right now. That's like what I have seen so far. What do you think, Duck?
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Sounds good to me.
It's like almost impossible for one person to control everybody because of LOS. You know, like as a frontline player, you don't want to be fighting where your McCree is not watching or your Senata is not orbing or discording. You want to make sure that everybody is together. So that's why just being able to listen to your backline and your front line is like really important. It's difficult, but it's something that has to be done if you play with a hit scan based comp.
All right, so sticking on the topic of the team environment, I guess. Someone asks, what was your first impressions of each other?
Damn. Do you remember when we first played each other, Nomi?
Like when I saw you in person.
No, no, no.
I think the person's probably asking for in person, but you can do both.
Uh,
I think you were like a really.
What?
I remember, bro. It was in Vegas.
Did I pick you up from the airport or no?
No. Sefi brought me into the Vegas house, and then you were doing like an interview with
Oh,
Corey.
yeah. I was doing like a
And then I
podcast.
knocked the door because I was trying to say hi to everybody. I
Yeah.
knocked the door, and you were doing your interview, and then I saw you, and I was like, this guy looks like a really like a charismatic guy. I'm gonna have fun with that. Is what I thought. Like that's the first impression. I'm gonna have fun with that. That's the first impression that I had.
Nomi, yeah, when I met Nomi, he was like, oh shit, this guy's normal, dude. Feels good, man. Like,
This guy's normal, bro.
yeah, because I mean, in gaming, dude, sometimes you meet people, you're like, hold on.
Yeah. You made a special people. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're actually normal. We're really normal guys. SF Shock is normal, guys.
Yeah, dude, we're good.
We're normal.
All right, Naomi. So someone asks, who do you think are the top 3 Mexican players, not including yourself?
Top 3 Mexican players. Right now, I think it's kind of difficult for me to like pinpoint who's Mexican or not. when I play ladder, because like if there's a Mexican player on ladder, usually they speak English because the team speaks English. So it's kind of difficult for me to pinpoint who's Mexican or not. But I can tell you like 3 people that I have seen play and that I know they're Mexican. So I think the first player who comes into mind is Decop. I have been playing with Dico for a long time. He's a close friend of mine. He has been playing the game for a long time. He's always like top 500. He's a really good player. A really good friend as well. Kind of toxic sometimes, but he's a good friend. Second player will be, there's this support called Reptile, which I have played with him in comms sometimes. He's really good. His comms are really good.
Isn't Rob 420 Mexican or half Mexican or something? He
think
speaks
so.
Spanish.
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
You gotta name that one, dude, if he's Mexican.
Yeah, cause I think he's Mexican, but yeah, bro, he has Spanish voice lines on his game, bro.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's Mexican.
he's definitely Mexican, dude.
So I think Reptile is one of them. I've seen his play. I have played with him. He's really good. And the third one would probably be Rob 420, which he was the flex support for LG Evil. He's really good, really funny guy. Really like playing with him. he plays like a lot of characters, not only flex support, but I think those three will be like the most noticeable ones, if I can that I can think of.
All right, so moving on. I guess while we're talking about like kind of things relating to home, is there anything that you guys really miss about your home, or have you gone through being homesick yet?
I think for me personally, I have been I take care of my family like financially of my mother and my sister. So I have been living with them for the longest time. Um, but right now I think they are really comfortable, and I'm really comfortable to like move on. So me traveling to a different place is like it's good. It's something that I wanted to do like already. I was already thinking about doing it. So I don't feel homesick at all. I think it's like
You live 2 hours away from home, dude.
I know, but
How?
I'm not seeing them every
Like we
day.
can go for tacos right now, dude. How can you be homesick?
Yeah, that's true.
You
That's
literally
true.
can't.
But I think yeah, not being able to watch my family is like I try to I try to call them like every day. I try to message them every day and stuff, but I'm happy where I'm at. Um, I do miss them. I'm pretty sure everybody misses family and stuff, but I think yeah, I'm good. I'm happy right now.
Yeah, I'm borderline getting homesick just cause like I've been away from home for like a couple years, so like it's just starting to itch. But I'm like consumed with the game right now. Like I'm like the opposite of Nami. Like I call my family maybe once a week, maybe if they're lucky. Like it's just I love them. I love them just as much as Nami, right? But like if I'm like consumed by like something I'm doing and I love doing, and they respect that. They know I love them. Like I don't have to text my mom every day. I love you, mom, for her to like know that I love her, right? Of course, it would be
Yeah,
better if I do, but uh, it's just I guess I get into these modes where like I'm just consumed by something I love, and it takes years. I don't know. It's just something I gotta work on. I'm
yeah,
just
no,
not the best family member there is.
yeah. I like I don't like I don't need to message them every day, but I think my
Yeah.
mom actually wants me to because like she's so used to having me in the house and my sister as well. So I understand their POV. Um, but me personally, like I think I'm good. I'm good right now. I'm happy. I'm happy.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there. I think that was a good question to end it on. So thank you, Dak and Nomi, so much for taking time out of your day to do this. Do you have any closing remarks that you'd like to say to all the SF Shock fans?
Mm, me personally, I love the fans. I really like people wearing our jerseys, and when people come to me and they want to take pictures and stuff, signatures. I love that. So thank you so much, guys, for you know asking questions and being interested in us. Um, I really enjoy it, and I'm really happy to I'm happy to be able to help with anything. I'm always in my Discord, always chilling. If there's anything that you guys, any questions that you might have, I'm always there for you guys. So really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always great when like when you see jerseys, like San Francisco Shock jerseys. The other day when we were playing on stage against Shanghai, there was like this group of people in the front line, and they were all like 5 or 6 guys like yelling our names, at the same time. It's always funny. It's like just a great feeling. Yeah, we just the support is just great. It's just something that like keeps you going, I guess, for more. You get addicted to it type of thing. Uh, but yeah, you keep supporting us, keep coming back, keep buying those jerseys, keep showing love, because we're gonna win.
We're gonna love you back.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and we will see you all soon.